I am Sister Corda Trouy. I am blessed to have been a sister for 66 years. Why did I become a sister? Well, I often wanted to become a nun. When I was in first grade, I thought I wanted to be a hospital sister or a nurse, like the sisters who worked at St. Edward's Hospital in New Albany. But then later, in first grade already, I wanted to become a sister who taught school because I liked the way the sisters taught handwriting. And sister was so patient with us. Different times I wanted to be a sister, and then other times I wanted to get married. I wanted to marry a nice guy. I wanted to have 8 children and a house, no kidding, with a lot of steps and a big yard. Well, I've gotten all that. I've taught over 5,000 children. None of them are mine, but they're very close to my heart. I live in a home with 191 acres, many steps and big yards, and lovely people. My vocation story has really 2 parts. When I decided I wanted to be a sister, I really wanted to be a sister. I was a senior in high school. I made a retreat under former Archabbot Bonaventure Knable from St. Meinrad. He was an Archabbot at that time, but he told me I had a vocation. So I kept on praying about it, and that summer I saw a very small advertisement in the Sunday Visitor about young girls who wanted to become nuns, or thought they did. So I asked my father if I could go, and he got the map out. He said, honey, St. Mary's, Pennsylvania is near New York. Well, it's near Olean, New York, but it's 9 hours from Manhattan. Anyway, he sent me down to the priest to ask him about it. And Father Paul Sweeney from Holy Trinity in New Albany at that time told me if we saw the ad in the Sunday Visitor, it was all right. So there was no stopping Mary Ellen. That was my baptismal name. I made a 25-hour bus trip to St. Mary's. I wasn't afraid at all. And the afternoon on the bus, I fell asleep for a short while, and then I heard the driver say Indiana, and I walked up to the driver and I said, are we not out of Indiana yet? Because I'd gotten on the bus the night before. He said, ma'am, have you ever not been to Pennsylvania? I said, never. I said, how far is St. Mary's from here? He said, 55 miles. So I knew there was some more hope there, but it's an Allegheny forest, so there were so many trees, I was afraid I wouldn't find the monastery, but I did. And the driver left me off downtown. I caught a cab and went up several long blocks, and there I was. Rang the doorbell, and Sister Evangelist came to the door. She took one look at me, they fed me and sent me to bed. I think I fell asleep as soon as I hit the pillow. And the next morning I woke up and I thought, oh, good. I'm in the convent. I'm in the convent. I knew I hadn't entered, but at least I was in a convent. So I spent about 3 weeks there, and I liked it very much. And during that time, I learned a lot about the sisters and about life in the convent. And I decided I wanted to enter there. So I had an interview with a superior, a sweet lady named Sister Rosemary Krellner. She told me I could come back, bring myself, my goodwill, and $50. The $50 was probably for clothing, for my slips or whatever. Anyway, I did, and I was in that monastery for 41 and a half years. I taught many wonderful kids at school, and I did things around the monastery, of course. And I was quite happy. But then later on, I heard that they were going to close. They weren't getting enough vocation, and the building was in need of repair because of mold and so on. So I prayed about what to do, and the Lord led me to Ferdinand. I grew up in New Albany, so as many of you know, I was only an hour away from my home, original home. And I had an interview with Sister Kathy Huber at that time, way back in 1996, and she told me that I could come to the monastery for a year as a guest and see how the community and I got along. Well, I fell in love with the community and they liked me, so it was a good fit. So I have been here now. I came here in 1997, so it will be 25 years this summer that I've been at Ferdinand. And that was such a blessing in tons of ways also. And I taught religious ed at a few places, Snellville for a while and Siberia for a while. And then downtown at St. Ferdinand Parish for 21 and a half years. I retired from there December the 9th, 2019 at 83 years of age. So I said to my DRE, most people aren't teaching when they're 83, and she told me that I had done more than my share. So I am grateful for all of that. I'm grateful for my life, and I'm grateful for blessings every day. 3 of the most important things in life are doing kindness, and doing kindness. God bless you all.